Oscar guy here. I just got out of seeing Tar, starring Kate Blanchett, directed by Todd Field, who directed In the Bedroom and Little Children, and that was his last movie, and that was in 2006. So it's been many years since he's made a film, and by the way, those first two films were nominated for like a bunch of Oscars, and they're his only two films. So, needless to say, he's a very strong director, and this is probably his best work yet from what I'm seeing. I haven't seen his other two films, although people were saying that this is his like super like amazing, critically acclaimed comeback film. Another thing, Kate Blanchett. What is she made of? What planet is she from? I'm not sure. I mean, she's just incredible in this movie. I don't know what lengths she went to get into character for this person. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she learned to play the piano, because she does play the piano in this movie quite a bit, and it looked real, but I'm not 100% sure. I totally expect her to possibly win the Oscar. Right now, it's between her and Danielle Deadwyler from Till. Tar was very fucking good. It was very good. It was. I think I loved it. It was really amazing. You kind of do feel the length, but you need to get on the same wavelength as it. I mean, for a lot of movies of that length, you kind of need to like get on that. The other performances were great. Nina Hoss was great. I don't know if she's Oscar worthy. I mean, she has a scene near the end which is pretty powerful, but not. I don't think that would garner her an Academy Award nomination. But Kate, clearly, the movie itself was. It's. I kind of braced myself for this very heavy kind of narrative with a lot of complex themes and everything, but it was kind of easy to follow along. For the most part, I get it. There's a couple of pieces to the puzzle that don't really totally add up yet. But maybe on a rewatch and some like, I mean, I just saw the movie like a half an hour ago, so I'm still like kind of processing everything. It was a lot more psychological than I thought it was gonna be, and I loved some of the aspects of that. How it kind of got into her psyche a little bit when she kind of experiences this downfall. It's definitely an interesting look at cancel culture. It's pretty unapologetic and unrelenting when it comes to that, but there's also, without giving too much away, there's also like some kind of, I guess, dark, morbid kind of humor, like especially towards the end, which was kind of a nice surprise. And I don't know if it completely worked for me, but I think I get it. I get what they were going for, and of course, it was visually incredible looking. People were comparing this to like a Kubrick film. I definitely see the comparisons. Lots and lots of long takes in this movie, especially near the beginning. Like I said, I mean, Kate is like incredible in this movie. I can't stress that enough. She's like, people have compared her to like a Daniel Day Lewis performance, like in Phantom Thread or There Will Be Blood. And I see that comparison. It's like a combination of Reynolds from Phantom Thread and Kate's character in Blue Jasmine, but much more intelligent, and a little more understated, but not too much, because she there are kind of some bombastic moments in this film, but not really. She's very focused. This is a very focused performance from her. Very specific. I think it was written for her, so that definitely makes sense. Also, I do kind of have a little bit of a bias on this movie because I'm a musician myself. I'm mainly a jazz musician, but I know a thing or two about classical music too. They were talking in the beginning about Stravinsky and the Rite of Spring and the 11 pistol gunshots. I know exactly what she was talking about. There's a moment in the Rite of Spring where it's like, gong, gong, gong. There's 11 hits, and that's like bridges like two pieces of the music together anyway. So yeah, it does get into the nitty gritty of music theory a little bit, which was really really cool. I really liked that. So again, maybe that's a bias, but very well written, extremely well acted, extremely well shot. It was great, man. It was great. It ended kind of. I don't want to talk too much about the ending, man. Because I just don't want to spoil it. But it did catch me a little bit off guard. But I was like, okay, I understand. That's what they were going for. All right, cool. It's just like, boom. I'm like, all right. And I chuckle too because it's like a little bit tongue in cheek. The ending, which it was very interesting. I will say that. I think on a rewatch, I think I will appreciate it more. And those movies are my favorite. Some of those movies deserve more than one viewing in order for you to fully grasp its themes and fully, digest it and understand what it's going for and everything like that. Some of those movies are like The Master and Phantom Thread. Those are two PTA movies. What are some others? I can't think of any others. Just Paul Thomas Anderson movies. Most Paul Thomas Anderson movies are endlessly rewatchable because they have a lot of layers to them. There's a lot that happens in this movie. Some of the scenes are like, could they have really? They probably could have cut this out, but it's great anyway. It does kind of add to the lore or the aesthetic of these characters, in particular Kate Blanchett's character. So maybe it was it all had to be in there. I don't know. All I'm saying is that it's a fucking great movie that deserves all the awards attention. It's definitely not a Spencer. People were afraid that this was going to be too weird for audiences. It's not super weird. Like, there's some kind of weird allegorical, sequences that are pretty short, but like it's not like that crazy like Spencer was. So it's like, I think this is definitely more accessible. Not like, the dialogue is heavy. It's a very dense script. You need to be on the same wavelength of these characters and of the way this film is shot and everything. It's great. I kind of want to go see it again tomorrow night. I might see it again tomorrow night. Who knows? For now, I'm going to give it probably a 4.5 out of 5. That feels good. That feels good. 4.5 feels good. Well, that's Tar. I guess that was my full review. This started out as a first impressions video, but now we're at 12 minutes. So there's a lot to talk about in this movie, and I haven't even really gone deep because I don't want to spoil it. Go see Tar. Kate Blanchett. She might have her third Oscar come next spring. She's the one in my book right now. I've yet to see some of these other movies. I have yet to see Babylon. Obviously, it's not even out yet. I've yet to see Till. I've yet to see Fablemans and all that other shit. But we'll see. Okay. Thanks for watching. Oscar Guy out.
Fabulous. That's the way that dog was.